Last thing, the NBA on TNT.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on that breaking up?
Yeah, incredibly bittersweet. I think there are so many people connected to it that have been associated with the league for so long, that have done incredible work to make the league what it is in many ways, because similar to what we were talking about in regards to WFAN radio, you have a generation of NBA fans that have watched and consumed the NBA on TNT, from studio to games to peripheral programming, and not just doing it, but doing it in an exemplary way, a gold standard of which to do the job. So, yeah, it's going to be a really unique year, because if it is indeed the end, it's a celebration in many ways, but you still got to go out and do your job and call the games and host the studio and go about your business. But I think it's going to be pretty emotional when it's all said and done. Just an incredible group of people that all came together for all the right reasons to do this job the right way.
And then what happens to you from calling NBA games on a national standpoint? Obviously, you have the Nets locally, but what about on the national stage?
Yeah, I don't know yet. I'm not sure. I think there are some possibilities out there, but there's nothing set in stone. So my hope is that it continues. I love doing the NBA. I've been doing it since 1994, have a real passion for it, enjoy all aspects of it, and certainly appreciate the national side of it, jumping in on a great matchup in a fantastic venue with an incredible ambiance and environment. You get goosebumps in those moments. There were a number of times in the playoffs last year where, I had to pull the old, you got to pinch yourself that you're doing these games. And I felt that way, of course, during the Final Four as well. It's interesting because the Final Four is in such a cavernous venue that you don't have the same feeling, the same physical feeling that you do when you're
Right.
calling the NBA and there's 19,000 fans on top of you. College basketball regular season, you go to Kansas, you go to Tennessee, you go to Duke, of course, you feel it. Final Four, the fans are away from you. Everybody is far away. So I remember going up for our open for the Final Four. You have to go up the stairs. It's an elevated floor. And you feel like you're so far away from mankind. It's really strange. The camera that's shooting you, normally, if they're shooting with you on the court, NBA arena, college basketball arena, the fans are right there. You look off to the side, it's fans. It's laced with fans. And in the Final Four, it was not. And that's an adjustment. It was definitely a little different, where I had to catch myself and recognize, okay, energy level is paramount in these situations, and understanding that you're not going to get the same stimuli that you would normally get in your normal day-to-day broadcast setup. So my hope is things work out, and we'll see. Hopefully there's a little more clarity coming up.
Have you thought about which, I mean, Amazon, NBC, ESPN, have you thought about which would be a potentially better fit for yourself?
Well, you can have ideas yourself of where you think, but they have to have the same ideas. So it's not as simple, at least in my perspective, from that point of view. I hope there's a spot, and I hope to continue doing this, and certainly feel like I'm doing my best work at this point in my career, and I'd like to continue it. I also like to believe that I still haven't called the best moment
Right.
of my broadcast career, that there's something out there in the future that one day I'll look back on and say, wow, that blew my mind. Um, and that's how you have to view it. I think every game poses a possibility of something that you did not expect. And that's what keeps us coming back. The mystery, the fact that you can't predict this. It is truly the best reality show in the world. Sports is true reality. You could tape it, you could watch it back later, but there's a pretty good chance you're going to know the result or hear about it or see it, a glimpse on your phone. You have to be there. You have to be on it to experience it. And as a play-by-play announcer, that's what keeps you excited to call something new and different and unique. And even this Super Bowl this last year was on the world feed. I can't tell you the feelings that I was experiencing as that was building and building and building into the overtime period. And now every play could be the game ender. And as a play-by-play announcer, it's your job to meet the moment. You can't let the moment pass you by. So that's what you root for, and that's what you keep coming back for.